not for work, but it's one perks that the Ohio Contractor Association, they have a convention. We don't get to every year.
Yeah.
We have a good year.
Got it.
So I've been in Cabo a few times. Really, it gets ready.
I'd like to call an order of the Landmarks Commission meeting for September 22nd, 2025. The time is currently 7 p.m. Roll call, please.
David Craycraft.
Here.
Patrick Lynch.
Here.
Whit Wardell.
Here.
Pete Lynch.
Here.
Roger White here.
I'd like to make a motion, we excuse Rich Dobda and Linda Henry.
I'll second.
Go with Dave.
Roll call, David Craycraft.
Yes.
Pat Lynch.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Roger White, yes.
Could I get an approval of minutes for the July 28th, 2025 Landmarks Commission meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of August 25th.
July 28th.
July 28th.
We've got to approve 2 minutes.
I'll second that.
Roll call, David Craycraft.
Yes.
Pat Lynch.
Abstain?
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Roger White, yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the August 25th, 2025 Landmarks Commission meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Roll call, David Craycraft.
Yes.
Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Pat Lynch.
Abstain?
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Roger White, yes.
I could have approved.
Yeah.
The first item on tonight's agenda is CA 25-039, excuse me, 040. The address is 52 Clinton Street. The requests this evening are for siding changes on the south elevation of the subject property. This residential home was approved for construction with CA 24-046 in September of 2024. The applicant is requesting approval to modify the exterior siding on the south elevation that was approved with application CA 24-046. Up on the screen, photograph of the subject property from last week. When going through the application contents for the last application for this home from September of 2024, the applicant had noted here initially that the garage element on the front elevation would be a board and batten siding, as well as two of the projecting elements on the front of the home. And the garage elevation here was also noted in those plans to be a board and batten siding. The Landmarks Commission, with condition number 2 of the approval for CA 24-046, required all of the returns of the front elevation board and batten to carry through, which added this elevation here, 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 and here to also be a board and batten finish. The applicant is requesting to modify the garage elevation to be a 6-inch horizontal lap siding. Noted here is what it looks like rendered, and then the applicant went through and took some photos of that horizontal lap siding up on the subject property. Prior to filing this application, staff did meet the contractor out on the field to go through the siding changes. Did note to the contractor this south elevation was supposed to be a board and batten based off of the previously approved plans. The applicant is here this evening requesting to keep the horizontal siding as installed on the property.
Hello?
So if I understand this correct, can I ask questions? If I understand this correctly, everything was done board and batten based on what was originally proposed except for the garage opening side, is that correct? Or
That's
they
correct.
messed up and put horizontal?
It was my understanding that the drawings the contractor had on the site were actually different than the Landmarks approved set. So the contractor installed it per his drawings, just
Yeah.
the plans were different than the Landmarks approved set.
Are all the other returns board and batten?
That's correct.
Just the south elevation of the garage?
Yeah, show the front elevation, please. There we go. They did the returns too.
The returns are more than that, yeah.
So, Mr. Lynch, you weren't here for that September 2024 meeting when we
No.
talked about all the returns that, as Andrew said, our condition number 2 was that all of the returns match the front side, which is common architectural practice.
I can explain what happened, if that makes it make any more
Oh,
sense.
sure.
So, when we got it approved, my wife was very pregnant. We had our baby in the first week of January, and the meeting was in September. And she was the one that emailed our draftsman all the changes that we had made. And so, every set of plans we submitted prior to the one you guys seen had horizontal in the garage. So it went through the entire process of being approved through Canal. And so, it finally came up, once it was installed, that it shouldn't have been. So it was just a misunderstanding by my wife, and so now that it's on there, and it's taken all this time before it finally got noticed, it wasn't intentional. I mean, you could look back at all the emails that we'd sent, and every drawing that we'd submitted past, after the initial one, showed the garage as horizontal. That's the plans that got approved when everything got reviewed, when all the changes we fixed were submitted to Canal. It was horizontal. And that-
Approved by the Landmarks Commission?
No, the meeting that we first were here, this is the only drawing that you guys have that show it as vertical. Every drawing we submitted after that showed it as horizontal. And so that's where we kind of forgot about it when Andrew came out to look at it, and
I
it kind of
see.
reminded us, and I was like, well, how did this happen? So I started looking back through everything, and finally got back to the end of last year and saw that when we submitted the drawing with the corrections, like I said, my wife just misunderstood and had the draftsman change it to horizontal. But like I said, so it had been horizontal through the entire process. It just now got noticed once it was put on.
So what you're saying is you submitted plans to us initially that showed it vertical,
Yeah.
but then you submitted plans to the city subsequently that showed it vertically.
Well, the city and Andrew as well, because he had looked over our drawings to make sure we had caught all the changes, and it made its way through everything, and it didn't get caught until it was installed. So it was just a mistake, a
Plan
misunderstanding.
submittal was after Landmarks?
Yeah, so after Landmark's approval, plans get submitted to our chief building official to review for building compliance. I pulled the set that Mike reviewed and stamped, and it does have this elevation on it. However, this elevation does not match the Landmark's approved set. So that was the conversation I had with the contractor on the site.
So somehow between the Landmarks meeting, the front elevations, however, were changed,
Yeah, because.
updated to vertical
Yeah.
board and batten.
Yeah, because we, like I said, we tried to, we planned on meeting all your requirements. That one just slipped through the cracks
Slipped through the
somehow,
cracks.
and it went through the whole process. It'd been a pretty easy thing to change if it was caught early on, but like I said, and then I know when we were doing our first meeting, our concern with the board and batten wanting it on the returns was purely cosmetic. I know that you just thought it would look silly if it didn't have it on returns, but we can see in these pictures, I don't know if you guys went out there, and I had comments from other members of the community that's walked by. Everybody thinks it looks really nice and thinks it looks good for the time period and matches the appeal of what the zoning is looking for. So that's why I was just hoping, since it was an honest mistake, made it through the whole process of approval and got installed, and since it looks good.
So we're here to look at each property from a historical standpoint. Obviously, this is a new build, but it sits within historic district. It's not a historic practice to return with a different material that way. Sometimes you might see it on a rear of a house if there was an addition, but that's something that's really started maybe in the 2000s. And I have seen it every once in a while, more so in some of the newer houses, and it's become, I wouldn't say it's become trendy, but you see it more often. But I think I'm just afraid of the precedent that kind of sets for anything else that might be built, that we're gonna start seeing all these different materials.
I know with the materials that we have to go off of, for the guidelines, it doesn't really specify you have to do any of that. So that's another thing, like this build meets all the guidelines that we have available. it looks nice. I think the horizontal complements all the vertical white trim better than what a board and batten would. There's just not much surface area there to really highlight a board and batten look. And I just-
Well, there's more garage door.
the more garage door than wall. And so horizontal, I think, also just utilizes the space better. Like I said, you all can see that it doesn't look silly. It's not a matter of, so I just hate it to have to be changed purely out of just someone's different taste instead of it not meeting city guidelines.
Andrew, is there any way that, checks and balances that normally gets caught in the plan review process?
Yeah, typically, so when these plans get submitted for building permit, I go through them and take a look at them for the landmarks compliance. This elevation was just something that was missed during that review. Because, thinking back from a year ago, I was probably focused on this wall for board and batten, because if you look at the original, it's flip-flopped. This was the return that was supposed to be a board and batten.
Right.
And so it was just something that, there were a lot of changes that had to take place in this.
Was that
plan.
also in the approved plans, that last view?
This view, no.
Okay.
And whose reviewed plans?
I guess the final
And for the
approved
building
plans.
permit? Yeah, this was in the building permit
Okay,
set.
not the horizontal on the front.
No, this was in the landmark set. So this was the drawing that I put together for the applicant based off condition number 2. And it just got passed when I was looking at the rest of the submittal for the house.
In my opinion, with that said, I mean, I think that's unfortunate, and hopefully we can all learn that maybe that won't happen again. I'm still a little afraid of what the precedent that this would set, but being a homeowner also myself, I can understand the frustration going all the way through the approval process and it being missed, so.
Well, I drive down this alley or walk down it 3 or 4 times a week, so I see this house all the time.
And it looks,
And, well, what I was gonna say, not once did I say, that looks like crap,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it did, I'd honestly say, I think it needs to be changed. But I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with the way it was installed, just because I think it was just an error. We just need, like Pete said, a checks and balances just to make sure something like this doesn't happen again on a new build, or even on a used or a remodel.
Unfortunate situation.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I understand the not setting a precedent of letting things slide, but sounds like there was a lot of, I don't know, changing in paperwork and everything, but
I mean, we tried to do the right thing by submitting everything, and we submitted those plans before the end of the year, and it went through the entire year with showing horizontal. So, I mean, it really was not an intentional thing we did, but now that it's on there, and I mean, like I said, I think it looks good. I think it complements the vertical aspects of that face. I think with board and batten, it would just look silly since there's not much surface area there.
yeah. Yeah, I could go either way on it. I don't think it looks bad.
Can we see the front of the house one more time, please, Andrew?
And from my end, the landmarks, and this is the whole conversation I had with the contractor, the landmarks approval trumps any sign off I had on the final set, pending any clerical errors. So that was why I had the conversation with them, because when I went out, this elevation was marked on the wall to be horizontal, and then this one and then this elevation were already installed as horizontal. And so those have been changed since then.
That was a contractor error. He just forgot to tell the siders that there's a board and batten, so those got fixed within like the week or 2 of it being installed. Those were never in question. We thought that did look nicer with the returns as board and batten, but the garage face had got installed first. After it was installed, so there wasn't a whole lot we could do, and we thought it, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think it looks nice, and I don't think it will be worth the money and the hassle of having to tear it off to put board and batten when there's not much face there to really even appreciate the board and batten.
From this view, I just kind of wanted to point out that when you look at the two board and batten areas on the right, I mean, there's a lot going on there as well with a lot of window space and some small spaces. I think overall, I would like to see it fixed, but due to the circumstances, I think I'm gonna be with Mr. Craycraft here that I think we let this one go.
This is all concrete fiber, is this
It's, yeah,
vinyl?
hardy,
Hardy.
or maybe a Laura.
Yeah, at least put hardy plank, I mean, that's,
No, it's
new, it's
new, it's
itself.
shiny, everything it looks great. It's a
Yeah.
major improvement from the grass that was there
Yeah.
before.
yeah, I figured it was concrete fiber, but at least had to ask. I think went above and beyond what otherwise could have been put on.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve CA 25040 as it's been built.
I'll second.
Roll call. Roger White, yes. Whit Wardell?
Yes.
Pete Lynch?
Yes.
Patrick Lynch?
Yes.
David Craycraft?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good, good as is.
Did you second that?
Pardon?
Did you
I
second
did,
that?
yes.
The next application is CA 25-041. The address is 20 North Trine Street. The requests this evening are for some exterior modifications to the subject property. The subject property at 20 North Trine Street did receive approval in April this year to install new 4-inch vinyl siding on the home. The property owner is still in the process of getting that done. In the meantime, while looking at the exterior, wants to do some other miscellaneous updates to the home with the install for the vinyl siding. The list includes removing the side railing from the front porch. The side railing is a solid vinyl sided product, as you can see in the photo here. The front of the porch does not have any railing, so in order to remove the siding and also open it up a little more, the applicant is looking to take off either side. With the front porch here, the applicant is requesting to move the front porch light to center it in between the window and the door, and then also install a new decorative gooseneck fixture. For the rear door of the home, applicant's looking to do something similar by centering the light, also installing a gooseneck fixture. And then on the front and rear elevation, the upper gable on the second floor, the applicant is looking to install a decorative wood trim piece. Photos of both front and rear gables have been provided. The trim piece is meant to really conceal that vent and also just be a decorative element. But the applicant's looking to do all of this in addition to the siding work that also got approved by the Landmarks Commission earlier this year. Any questions we got to answer? The applicant's here to talk about her project progress with you guys as well.
Andrew, would you mind pulling up the front porch photos there, the railing again? Yeah, that one's good. So no rail across the front, just the sides,
And then along the side. Well, there's a rail, yeah.
both sides.
There's this, the low wall. I don't know if that low wall's really needed there per se,
It's
from an
not-
aesthetic
it's-
standpoint.
It's not very high off the ground there, right?
No,
Ma'am, is the front post there, is that wood? It looks like wood.
Yes.
Okay. What's your plans to repair that once you take this railing out?
We're in the process, I'm in the process of having all the wood trim, the soffits and decorative stuff on in the house painted.
Okay.
And the painters are gonna take care of that.
Any other changes to any of the soffits or anything else in the house?
Other than adding that gable and the lights, no.
Are those the only two photos of the front?
Yeah, it was kind of hard to get good photos just with some of the decoration that was out there. The inside is the best view.
And the other light is on the rear door?
Yes.
That's the front there, correct?
This is the rear,
That's the rear.
this is the front.
Okay. And the decorative trim that you're wanting to put at the gable there, that's going front and back?
Yes. Over those vents,
Just the upper portion, correct?
yes.
Is that cedar?
Yes. But it's going to be painted the darker green of the trim.
Of the softened fascia trim or the scallops?
The scallops will be the darker green also.
Okay.
But then there's some trim on the upper level. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look real close, you can see that they're on the top. They're green also.
Okay.
They started that today, painting it.
I'm wondering, so you're going to paint this the same color as the trim on the upper gable, right? The
You mean the
wooden
new?
insert.
That would be painted the darker green. The soffit is wood on the upper part there, and it's painted white.
That'll be painted white,
The house siding is sage, a light green.
okay?
So
And then
all-
those little, I don't know
That's
if they're
to
brackets, what they're
match the
called.
garage
Rafters,
that you
yeah.
just did?
Yes.
Okay.
So all of these will match this new bracket here in color. All of these,
And then the fish scales?
Well, it'll be
will
the same color as the rafter tails.
Yes.
Okay,
And the fish scale thingies are the darker green also.
okay, got it. So the fish scales, the
Bracket.
arch bracket, and
And then
then
the
all the
rafter tails.
rafter tails will all be the same color.
Correct.
That's why I was driving at. That would look good, yes.
And the soffits, the flat soffit in between the rafter tails, that'll be white also?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that'll look great.
I think so too.
Yeah, it'd be a nice improvement to the house. The absence of the wing walls on the porch, I don't think they're really necessary. I think an open porch looks a lot better, in my humble opinion. I think the lights will be fine. What height are those lights going to be put at?
Well, definitely the front one I would like to be a lot higher than it is right now, because it hits you right in the face. If you walk out to get the mail, your eye run into it, so it would definitely hurt somebody that's a little taller than
Yes.
me.
Is there a way to move it up?
Yes, that's the plan, is to move it over in the, kind of the center, so that when I open the door, all the bugs don't come in the door. And then a little higher because of the gooseneck, the light would be too low, I think, if it was directly the same
Correct.
height.
So we center between the door and the window, but let's say probably 2 rows of
Yeah, a couple
siding
rows,
higher
yeah.
than where the star is.
Right.
Okay, got it, okay. Yeah, where the star was located, that just seemed a little too low.
Yeah, on the back door, that light's
that-
about that height already.
Typically, you break your door into 4 pieces. The
Mhm.
the bottom of your light falls in that 3/4 mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somewhere in there, which is about what you're talking about. It's a little high, slightly, but it depends on what fixture you, if you're putting
That's the back
gooseneck,
one,
you'll have
and
to
it's
come up a
not
little
bad,
higher.
but the front one is
Yeah, definitely low.
definitely low.
Mounting bracket would be almost even with the top of the door,
Yes.
sort of.
I think that would fine.
Anybody have any further questions?
Nope.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve application CA-25-040 as presented.
Second?
4-1.
Roll call, Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
David Craycraft.
Yes.
Roger White, yes. Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next application, CA 25042. Address is 37 East Mound Street. The request is to install a new roof on the front porch. The subject property here was constructed on 1910. Through my record searching, it has not been before the Landmarks Commission previously. The applicant is seeking approval to replace existing asphalt shingles on the front porch with a new dimensional asphalt shingle. When looking at the existing conditions, the front porch has a decorative asphalt shingle that is a scalloped architectural look. There's also two metal ridge caps on either side. When talking with the applicant, most likely it was done to mimic the slate on the upper roof of the house. The applicant is looking to replace the asphalt shingles with a standard dimensional onyx black shingle. The applicant does note that they do not plan on installing the metal ridge caps, as they were just decorative, they weren't functional on the front porch. And then photos have been provided of all elevations of the home from the applicant as well.
Hi.
Hello, I'm just a salesperson that sold it, so.
Okay. Is the applicant also present?
No.
No.
they're not.
So you're not working on the roof?
No, I work for Able.
Are they planning on, is this existing condition what we're seeing here? Is there no fascia?
Yeah, no fascia, no gutters, redoing all that, but obviously the roof is a major issue right now.
Okay. All fascia, gutter, soffit, all that needs to be wood?
Just around the porch is all we're doing.
Just all needs to be wood, no metal?
Oh,
With the exception of the gutter.
Wood, right, or, correct. Soffit, fascia needs to be put back together with wood if at all possible.
Yes,
Or-
the fascia will be wood with aluminum wrap, and then the soffit will be a vinyl.
Yeah, we don't do aluminum, we can't do aluminum wrap.
Okay,
Just be painted wood fascia, wood soffit.
okay.
Is there any,
Or it could be hardy, right?
it could be, James Hardy
Composite.
product.
Right,
Smooth product.
Or smart side.
Or a true, smart side, true exterior.
Correct.
Just no metal wrap.
Okay.
Is there a reason why the metal ridge caps aren't being put back on? I know they're not functional, but
Just, the big thing is how we landed where we did with them is she was having trouble getting contractors coming out. And quite frankly, we're just trying to get away from doing any of that specialty work because one, it's a pain being, having to come to.
here,
Yeah, well, I mean, I live here too, so it wasn't that big of a pain. I was 3 minutes down the road. It's just, there's a lot of extra work that goes into it that's just, one, we don't charge for, and there's just too many loops to jump through. But the biggest thing is homeowners had a ton of issues of just getting somebody to come out there and do work, so.
Did this have a box gutter?
I have no idea we didn't pull anything, that's how that's my picture, that's how I pulled up.
I mean, it
the house.
doesn't look like it does, other than
No, 'cause
the
up top it is a
flat
seamless.
area is
No.
interesting around the perimeter. I kind of wonder if it,
Well, that's an
It's
issue
been
that we're.
is
another issue.
there a rubber area
There's nothing
towards
there right
it?
now, so that's another cost or conversation to be had with them.
What is the plan there? Does the roof need to be reframed, or is it gonna need rubber around
Right
it?
now, it's the shingles go over top of it, and then, what we do, a lot of those cases is we'll just do, as long as it's not much over a foot, we'll use a shingle and then do a double, ice and water guard underneath there.
Even where it lays almost flat?
Yeah. Then we do have some warranty restrictions. We do offer, if they do want to do a rubber all the way around there, which, in that case, it would add a significant amount to it. But there is some warranty restrictions when we do that.
So currently it has asphalt shingles just laying
Correct.
almost flat?
Yep.
I thought they would have used a rolled roofing or something on that flat area.
That whole little, at the end of the eave is a mess. So, there's a good chance we're going to get into other issues.
Mr. Chairman, I think the house over on Columbus Street, 2 doors down from your house, Pat, that Brian has,
Yes.
that was one of the things that really stood out, was we put the roof, the cap on the roof on that one, and it made it look good, even though it's asphalt road.
On that front porch?
Added the metal cap to it.
Added well, it was up there initially, and we kept it up there. And
Yes.
it makes it look nice.
Yes.
With this having the metal cap on the second floor,
Mm-hmm.
I sort of would be in favor of keeping the metal caps on the porch.
I would concur. My garage, 2 houses down from the one you were talking about, has the metal cap, and actually these exact same shingles, looks like it, very close to anyway. I think it just creates a nice tie-in from the original structure down to the porch.
Correct.
I mean, we could be crazy and say put slate on top of that, but we'll give a little bit.
Right.
I think, what do you think about the ridge metal?
I prefer to see it
Yeah.
stay, just because how it stays at the top, but also, you know, what I was getting at with the flat part of the roof is, depending on how all that comes together, and if it's leaking
Correct.
now, they may have to.
Yeah, the
replace-
leak's
they may have to-
not-
They may have to replace that whole length with a new cap.
Right, yeah, it's not leaking at, at this point, current time at that area. It's more up closer to the house. But, I mean, I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be for trying to salvage it. And if you can't,
Yeah.
put a new one on that looks like that one. I'm okay with the shingles. I think the shingles would be fine. If they have to do something on the flat, can you do an onyx black,
Yeah.
solid
Yep.
shingle? Slipping my mind. You know what I mean? It's coming down. It's already pretty shallow. Is that even a 12.3 or 312?
Yeah, it's not, it's
If that.
probably about a 312.
So as it gets down to the bottom, it's got a flat spot.
Yeah.
So there probably was box gutters up there at one point.
That's what I'm thinking. They took them out. What's the K-style gutter going back on, like up top?
Correct, yep.
Is that part of this? I don't remember seeing that in here.
No,
Doesn't
the
say it,
applicant,
no.
the
No, I
applicant
think
only
it was-
filed
we
for
were
the
just
shingles.
Here
But
for
you're
the
replacing
shingles.
what was there, right?
Yes, correct. It was the same as what was up top before, according to the homeowner. And her husband was trying to do something, and it turned into a can of worms.
So that'd be like maintenance, right?
Yeah, we've got a few. I mean, considering some things are missing, there we go. Yeah, we put it back together with wood soffit fascia, kind of to match the beam underneath, and the K-style gutters. Is there any further questions for the applicant? I'd like to make a motion that we approve application CA-25-041 with the onyx black dimensional shingles. Also, the soffit and fascia are to be put back with wood to be painted,
Or like wood?
or like wood, if possible, just no metal wrap. And the K-style gutters to match what's up top.
You said the metal ridge?
Oh, I'm sorry, and also to retain the metal cap, to also match up top. If it can't be put back on, then to replace it with something like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Roll call, David Craycraft.
Yes.
Roger White, yes. Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Pete Lynch.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Who seconded that?
I did.
Just to confirm, Pete, I had soffit and fascia be painted wood or like wood with no vinyl wrap.
Metal wrap. Did I say metal?
Yeah, you said vinyl.
Oops, I meant metal. No vinyl also.
Condition number 2, K-style gutters, and then 3, reinstall the metal ridge. Or new to match.
Yeah, place to match.
Okay, thank you. The last application on tonight's agenda, and I apologize, Mr. Craycraft showed me this as we were going through this last application. For whatever reason, all the certificate of appropriateness PDFs have copied over one of the applicant's information over and over and over again. That was an Adobe error, so try to ignore that and just stick to my staff report. That seems to be the most accurate this evening. For the last applications for CA 25043, the address is 198 Highland Avenue. The request this evening is multi-items, but the big ones are new siding and paver patio in the front of the home. The subject property was constructed in 1948. It has not been before the Landmarks Commission for approval. Prior to the current property owners purchasing the property, a flipper went through and redid the whole exterior, presumably interior of the home without Landmarks Commission's approval. The property owner is here this evening to correct some of the errors that were made in that flip. First is installing, removing all the existing vinyl siding and installing a new Allura fiber cement siding. The second would be to correct some of the existing windows that are either not flashed correctly or leaking. The third is to install new downspouts with pop-ups in the front yard. And then the last is removing the concrete patio at the front of the house to install a new paver patio. So I want to kind of go through these items one by one here. This statement from the applicant and all the details is provided in your packet for review. When looking at the first item here for the siding, the applicant is noting to demo all the existing vinyl siding and trim. They are planning to install a new Allura 8¼ inch textured fiber cement lap siding. The siding, they're noted here to the Allura product. I couldn't find anything online. That was not as predominantly used with Landmarks Commission on what the overlap is. I believe what I saw has 1 inch of an overlap, so that 8¼ would go to 7¼ reveal, just for reference. Contractor or one of you can correct me if that's incorrect, but that seems to be what I could find. For the windows, the applicant notes that some of them need to be replaced. There's a total of 4 they've identified so far. They plan on installing new windows to match what's existing. And the application notes to either trim them out with matching siding or white PVC material. When I was on site with the contractor taking these photos, he did kind of point out some of the windows have exterior trim, some of them don't. Some of the doors have exterior trim, some of them don't. So I think he's going to touch on that here this evening with you. And then when looking at the paver patio in the front, when I talked to the property owner, was not very happy with this downspout scenario for the front porch, as they're looking to have it go underground with pop-ups in the front yard. And then the patio itself is actually leaning towards the house. It's not sloped correctly. So they're looking to remove all the concrete, replace it with the paver system that's up on the screen in the exact kind of dimensions that's there, just replace the product for a better product. Any questions, I'll try to help answer. Contractors here this evening to kind of go over this with you guys as well.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
It looks like
I'm
this
good.
house is a mess right
Yeah,
now.
it really is. I can even, you can see how bad the siding is done even in the pictures. So,
Was that new siding put up?
we believe that the previous, flipper, I think even the, roof might be new, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look in good condition. There's been talks of, maybe we have to assess that. I don't know if now is the time to, request, a inspection on the roof, but yeah, for the sake of this, it's the vinyl siding is getting switched over to, the lap textured cement. The windows are just, it's, at least 4 of them need done, but I'm thinking more. There was a wasp infestation, and so upon demo, we're gonna find some,
So those windows all 1/1, because I see that gable end window in that top right picture, it looks like it's 4/4.
That one's got PVC trim on it, and half of them have J-channel, half of them have PVC, it looks like. So I don't know what you guys would prefer, or, I would think that they would all need to be cohesive.
Does the Allura have a trim system, do you know?
It does. It's pretty basic.
For the corners, I believe it needs an 1/8" gap, so we might have to use either brick molding or PVC around the windows, because there isn't like a J-channel really made for it.
It's typically just a square stock molding, right? That's 4-sided. Sometimes they're picture frame. There's no definitive sill or anything like that.
Like how you would do it like a composite.
Is the trim textured too? Or is it smooth on one side, textured on the other?
It is, either way.
Okay.
Yeah, so that depending on how you want it. So this particular board has a 7-inch reveal. It's pretty close to what you said. It's manufacturer's recommended, so it'll look like an older 8-inch lap siding, which I think is
Yeah.
okay.
I love the using fiber cement board as opposed to in replacing that vinyl.
Absolutely.
That stuff looks wow.
Yeah, whoever put it on too tight.
The vinyl was put on less than 2 years ago.
I believe that is the south-facing portion of the house, so, whoever did it wrong, and it's getting hit by the sun real good, so.
Well, it looks like they did everything wrong.
Yes, they did. So, looking forward to making it pretty,
So Dave, your question there's one window, is that 4/4 up in the top of the gable, is that one that you think needs replaced?
That one opens, is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
That one works. Yeah, it's the ones with the, that would be the west side of the house, that are the problem child. They're worried about the flashing. Those two need replaced, and then there's a window in the bathroom that doesn't operate properly, so I think we either need to fix it. I don't know if I noted that on here, but that was just discovered today. We might be able to fix that, but it doesn't open. That's just a bathroom window. And the other two were the ones on the west side of that, or west side of the house, or east side.
So all but that upper gable window that's 4/4, and then the slider window, they all appear to be 1/1s.
Yeah, that's what I saw when I was out taking photos.
I hate to take out a good window it's the only one that's functioning right upstairs, but
Do you notice that?
I would think,
Okay, yeah, we would rather match that one with the rest of them.
I think it would help the house tremendously if you did. To do 4/4s.
That'll work.
For the rest of the windows?
There are windows in the back. It's hard to get back there. There's an issue with the neighbor's fence is encroaching 2 feet onto their property. So that's something that needs assessed after. I haven't spoken with her, but she's agreed that we'll demo the fence and, set the post back. As for the health of these windows, we were gonna start demoing and see. I think that was this corner right here in this middle picture was like the problem child as for the bugs and the wasps and everything.
On the bottom row of that middle picture, where the house, and there's not much separation between the house and the fence.
Yeah,
You say you're gonna gain 2 more feet?
we'll get more, buy them a couple more
I was
feet.
thinking about. Fire
It's gonna make a difference.
having openings so close.
You can barely get a mower back there as it is.
Did a nice job with that foam work there on the corner.
Yeah. So is there gonna be new trim around all these windows when the siding goes in?
Yeah, I
guess
think
that's
we'll,
not an
we'll have
issue.
to match the PVC, either PVC trim or the matching color with the, I think I had in here the matching trim, but
The Allura?
yeah, with the Allura, but, if you guys prefer the PVC, I
Yeah.
think it looks nice, but
Is this the color you wanted to go with, or was this I was just curious, I didn't see any color for the Allura in the submittal.
oh, it should have been on there. Biscayne blue is the color. I don't know where I put that.
Is that kind of a gray blue like what's on the screen?
It's that one right there.
Okay.
That should be the exact.
So is the applicant opposed to creating any, windowsill? Doing a three-piece casing and a windowsill and an apron?
I don't think so. I think that would look nice.
Would look nice to add
Oh,
that
yeah.
back to the house rather than just being boxed out.
Well, it almost looks like, see the bottom right picture? It looks like that's, maybe has a sill on it.
It does. Yeah, it may be sticking out there a little bit.
Do you want a sill and then top and left and right trimmed
Yeah,
out?
three-piece sill, if she can, you don't need to necessarily
What,
need to
1 by
have an
4?
apron, but if she wants to put an apron on, it'd probably look nice.
Okay.
So the trim around the windows and doors will be a 1x4?
Yeah, they'll need, that looks like 6-inch trim around some of those windows. I don't think that needs to be 6-inch.
Yeah, around that door, it looks like 8-inch trim. It's
Yeah.
really big.
Unless you want to do a thicker header than 4-inch around the sides and bottom.
Probably the same all around, or would you want them mitered, or?
I think with the spread out and the abundance of siding, I think you could probably still get by with a 1x6 casing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then same thing around that, rather than doing the doors and windows different. Everybody agree there?
Was that color matched or PVC?
I mean, that's entirely up to you. I used to be a big PVC fan as a contractor. I'm not as much anymore.
Yeah,
It moves around a lot, especially, when it's
Yeah.
white, it's not bad, but, I'm a big fan of True Exterior. I don't know if you've used that before. It's a fan. It's a poly ash composite material that's
Mhm.
really, really good stuff. But
Can we
I
pull up
think
the
just
picture
sticking
of-
with the Allura is probably gonna be your easiest bet.
Okay, the Laura
Yeah.
trim. Oh, yeah, you picked up the siding, right? Was that?
Yeah, I think any
So
kind of
it's
wood
instead
would
of-
like.
Instead of like. the
Doesn't
white
look so
plastic,
smooth. Yeah, smooth.
Yeah.
Color matched. to the
So the
siding.
trim is gonna be 6-inch,
And the windows-
not
Yeah,
4?
1x6 Allura. While you were gone, we added sills to your windows. Is that okay?
Windows. There you go.
I mean, while you're at it, it would add a lot of character to your house.
please do.
Yeah.
So the door, in all these pictures, the door is wide open. What is that door, and does it stay?
Yes, it will stay. That goes into the, bedroom portion of the house. I think this used to be a garage.
Okay.
It,
That makes
it definitely
sense.
looks like some kind of, addition or, it had to have been a garage. I can't think of anything else.
The style of the house, you would think it probably was a garage.
When I was out talking with the contractor, just looking at the photos I have, of what it was before and today, I think it was a detached garage that had an addition, and this chimney was on the outside of the house. If you look real close right here on the roof line, you can see a hump.
There's two humps on either side of the, that's one thing that leads us to want to inspect it. It would be it would be the same color roof, but there's concern with, just that structure. And because it looks fairly new, but if the same guy who did the siding did the roof, then we're a little
It's about 2 years old.
concerned, yeah, so.
Yeah, I see the other hump there where the gable starts.
You said this is a concrete slab?
It's a concrete slab and partially underneath what seems like it used to be the garage, and then somewhere in between. So that must have been either, it looks like it used to be a garage, but it's odd how there wasn't like concrete under it. So.
But the plan across the front is to replace all that with these pavers.
Mm-hmm. Yep, up against the house, and then that'll also, fix the grading issue or whatever they tried to do with this concrete.
And is that just gonna stay gravel drive for now?
Yes, I believe so.
But the footprint there, your patio will come out that far,
Mhm.
just replacing kind of like.
Essentially, we're also removing, putting pavers in where the garden area was gonna be, so basically adding another 100 square feet of
This area.
So you're filling that space,
aesthetics.
so you're doing just concrete pavers all across the front of the house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, replacing we'll demo the concrete out, then we'll get, that way we'll get to, run our gutters, get everything, underground and draining away from the house, and pavers all the way up to the siding.
So you're adding downspout drains to that current dump into the yard systems? Like it's supposed to?
Yeah, those will be buried.
Okay.
One car, something.
And the other corner of the house doesn't even have a downspout, so we'll be adding one there and doing the same there.
Right here.
Yes. I don't know what that is. I'm
Well,
sure
no, that
it might look cool when it's raining,
was,
but.
no, it's probably there. That was from 2013.
So downspout drainage off the front, and then,
I
I'm
believe
sorry.
there's four, there should be four downspouts right there behind the shed.
There's
We'll
one
need one
here.
as well, and then that other corner of
Okay.
the house as well as those two. Maybe even five, I can't see if there's one right there next to the door on the right.
Yes,
There's a downspout there.
to the left. It's great.
This one right here.
Okay.
Am I right, it looks like about 10 windows?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
A couple more, okay.
13 or
Must be
14?
missing something there.
It's hard to see across the back.
Yeah, I counted 14 or 15.
Okay.
So you'd be wanting them all to be cohesive, all matching each other?
If you're going to take them out and change them to a 4/4,
Okay.
I would think all your double hungs should be 4/4s. The only place you'll have an issue is that slider window. If you're gonna put a slider back in, you'll
I would
probably,
imagine it'd be fixed.
I mean, like
So
a
a fixed
like
window?
a double hung in
You
that
mean the,
space. It looks, is that a fixed window or is that a slider window that's in that
The big window?
middle upper picture there? Looks like it's a operable
To
slider.
me, it looks like a
window.
slider.
So if you want the slider, I would do, like a four light and another 4 light to
Mhm.
kind of match the rest of the windows.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then your square window over there to the right might be a little strange also,
Yeah, we might
as
wanna-
long as the lights match as closely as possible.
If I had my way, we would center the one underneath that. Move it over a little bit.
Symmetrical.
Looks like the windows are really deep, thick.
They are very deep.
This side
Yeah,
is.
there's,
Yeah,
this
on the
side
right,
is for
on the
sure.
right side.
jam extensions on all of them, from what I
So
can
it's
tell.
2x6 framing?
Is that something you'd move to the outside to get the jam? It's certainly much more watertight with your window pushed to the exterior.
Yeah, that might be the move.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna change them out, I would highly recommend that.
Yeah.
There's probably windows on the back side of that also, correct?
You have a bigger sill on the inside,
That's the back.
Yeah.
put stuff on it.
Yeah, they're not inset as far.
take the siding off, and this might be a log cabin.
It is interesting that it's that deep. I think we've covered it, just the four areas there. Does anyone else have any further questions?
Yeah, the only thing I'd add is the concrete. You go to replace that with pavers. I don't know how much fall you have from the front door out to your yard, but unless you have handicap issues, you might think about stepping that down so water doesn't,
Yeah,
snow melt, get back up underneath your siding. I've never been a fan of doing pavers flush with the house,
it'll
with the
need some
threshold.
sort of grading for sure. I mean, whoever poured the concrete, it's, you know, on the siding. I mean, they just poured it up to
Yeah.
the siding, so, you know, we don't want to dig down too far, we don't want to create drainage issues, so, you know, yeah, well, that's like, I mean, you can't really see because of the shadow, but it's only like 2 inches of concrete that they managed to get on there, so it's,
At least it'll be
Pretty
easy
bad.
to take out.
yeah, it should be.
But if you can at least step that down, that would just be in your benefit if you could. And the other thing too is the pavers, I don't know, it says charcoal, I don't know if it's a light gray or if it's a dark charcoal. But if it's a dark charcoal, you might rethink that from the standpoint that that will get hot in the summertime. So think about the color of your
Lighter
paving
than
before
that.
you actually put that down, okay? I've seen
Yeah, I haven't seen those
charcoal
in-
patios and they're just unbearable in the summertime.
I haven't seen that in person, but, yeah, we'll, you know, maybe consider something lighter than that. I think they have a couple options, you
The
know.
porch is probably an add-on too, isn't it?
More than likely, yeah.
I mean, if this is a DIY, I just wonder if those porch posts are even have footers under them versus just,
Sitting right on that slab.
yeah.
There's gravel under there, but, yeah, I can't really see. I also haven't seen any pictures of what this place looked like before this, so,
I'll show you if you want to see before you leave.
yeah, for
Was
sure.
it you?
Yeah, I'll show you.
You could go on the auditor site and find
Oh, yeah.
the aerials from years ago.
We took detailed photos of every house in Old Town in 2019, so I have some 2019s. They used to have a dog that lived outside.
Okay,
You might see him in the photos.
nice.
Is it a cute dog or am I gonna be sad?
It's a big
Did
dog.
they take care of the dog?
It's-
Okay.
It's pretty hot in the front yard. I hope there was a tree at some point, but.
There were a bunch, they were hollow. Like hollow. Like strong wind, fall over, kill everybody's hollows.
Very,
So we
it's
planted
very
the little baby
interesting.
ones.
I've seen a lot. And this one's, you know, it's odd.
Anybody
No
else?
questions.
I would like to make a motion to approve application CA-25-043
Second.
with the following conditions. We are approving the siding to be replaced with the Allura 8.25-inch profile with a 7-inch reveal, and that the window casing on the exterior be 1x6 Allura, 3-piece casing with a wood sill and an apron if desired. Also approving the gutters and along with 4 locations for downspout drainage. We're approving the concrete paver patio in the charcoal or lighter color. That's all right with everyone. And the windows to be replaced to be in the likeness of the upper gable window that's a 4/4. Those windows do need to have simulated divided light if you're putting the window grids in.
Okay.
Is that windows to be replaced in a 4/4 if they replace the windows, or?
I think if we're changing the grids, we all agreed that all the windows need to be changed out. Is that correct?
Is that your plan to replace all the windows?
That works for me.
Yeah.
Work for you guys?
Darn.
All right.
That's what I like.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, David Craycraft.
Yes.
Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Roger White, yes. Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Whitmore Jones.
Yes.
Good luck.
All righty.
And if you want to stick around for like 5 or so minutes, I'll show you those photos.
Oh, yeah, sure.
For the application, the first one on tonight's agenda for 17 Trine Street, she requested that be tabled. Her contractor has not given her additional information based off of your request, but she did tell me she's looking to install a man door on the long elevation facing the house, new man doors to replace the existing, and then 2 new windows. So there's a lot more going on that she knew, but she was just waiting for a contractor to put the scope together for you all to look at. She explained it'll look very close to that inspirational photo in terms of door placement, style, and stuff. For the zoning code review committee, we are wrapping up our module 1, which is like all the new zoning districts and code language. I'm hoping we'll have a meeting with the group sometime in October. So feel free, Pete, you can focus just on the Old Town districts. It won't be all inclusive at this point, but if you want to just put your eye on that to see if some
Okay.
of those.
Old Town part?
Yeah, because we're going to redistrict everything to be a mixed-use district and then a residential district, and then to have different permissions for like unit sizes and setbacks, and going to add a little Old Town, so if you just want to kind of take a glance at that, I don't expect you to read everything, but that's kind of what I want you to focus on.
All right.
So have the boundaries expanded in it?
A little bit, yeah. And then, well, I just, like I said, a set of eyes on it, than me and Luke looking at it, for months. Other than that, I don't have anything else for old new business other than, I have a couple really good applications that should be coming in the near future. I told some of you about them. Just waiting for them to get finalized to be submitted, so.
We've got a question about houses on Columbus Street. That, are those the one you're speaking of?
Yeah, so, the corner of Liberty and Columbus, talked with the property owner who purchased both of those. He's looking to, completely renovate one and then do an addition on the other.
Does the same person own the one on Trine Street?
Correct. Yeah, so he has another house in Trine he's looking at doing, and then he said he has maybe 2 more that he's,
Yeah, there's 3 on Columbus and another one on Waterloo.
that he's looking at. So, this is a multi-year project, where he'll do one, get it closed, do the next one. So I think he's trying to pick kind of what happens first based off dollars. But they all sound really good on paper, so I'm excited to see those things come forward, because it's going to add some big dollars to Old Town.
Great.
I don't have anything else.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll
It is
second.
currently 8:03.
Roll call. David Craycraft.
Yes.
Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Roger White, yes.
Who seconded there?
Pat did.
I think we all second.